Right, welcome back everybody. Another video on this Vauxhall Astra, and today we're going to be changing the springs because we have got a broken spring on the front passenger side here. I bought a set of 4 and these are H&R, and I think they're 35mm lowering ridge springs. So I believe it's got about a 40mm drop on it. I mean, it's got some apex on it, but it's hard work trying to find the apex one, so I've gone for a whole set of H&Rs which are rated just as good, if not a little bit better than the apex. So what we're going to do now is we'll start with this one and then we'll work our way around. You won't need to see both sides. I'll do with this side, and hopefully if we get time in today we'll get the backs put on as well, and you'll see that in this video as well. So let's get the car jacked up and started. Right, so before we get the car up in the air, we're just going to loosen the wheel nuts. And we will just uncrack this top nut up here. So let me just uncrack that and we'll get the car in the air. Right, as you can see, I've jacked the car up now. You ain't got to go too high with this because you ain't got to be going under the car. Don't forget to put your axle stand in. So I've got an axle stand in the back there, and I've still got it resting just under the jacks just there, just in case if anything does go wrong. So what we've got to undo now is we'll undo this bolt here to the drop link, and then you've got 2 bolts at the bottom here, and I took the top hat bolt off, so then this should just hopefully fall out. We can take a look at the shock, just check there's no leaks on that, because if there is any leaks on that while we've got it out, it'll be silly not to change it. So what we're going to do now is we'll get these 3 bolts undone, and then we'll take a look at this shock absorber. Right, so we just cracked that nut, and we did have these off last week, so for doing the gearbox and clutch, so this one should be alright. Let me just get the ratchet on there. I don't think it is spinning at the back. Hopefully we could get away with that. It might start spinning when we get near the end. Sometimes that's what they do. I think we got away with that one, which is nice. I'll say we did have it off last week, so that's probably what's helped us there with that. Right, and so we've got what we've got here. 2 18mm on there. Right, so we've got the go-through socket here, and it's 18mm. So how that works, so you just put that over that like that, and you just come in there like that. And then we can just take that off of there like that, drop that in there. There we go, that should drop down now. And as you can see, that's where the spring was broken, at the bottom there. And I say these were the apex ones, but we've gone for the H&R this time. So I think these were 40mm drop as I said, but we've gone for a 35 this time. We won't need the spring compressors on this one obviously. Right, and also when you do get new shocks, we've had in the past, so the original ones have a thin nut on there, but the newer ones actually come with a thicker nut. And when you go to get your mount it in place in the car like that, with the thicker nut, it actually stops it, so you're having a big gap like that where it should sit down on the rubber near enough. So just always make sure that you use your thin nut bolt that comes on the original one, just so you get the proper fit as it should. As I say, in the past we've had it where we've put the newer bolt on and it doesn't align up under the bonnet, so just bear that in mind. Okay.
Note the order it comes off in, and all that goes on in one go.
So there we go. So the shock looks all alright, not to be leaking, so we can go again on this one.
Push it down and push it down on the floor. That's it, bounce it back up again.
There we go.
So that's what's going on, folks. So with this setup, it looks like you don't need to have the spring compressor on, so make sure that sits in the right bit there. As you can see, there's a lug at the bottom of the actual shock, and the bottom of the spring sort of butts up to that lug. That's just your bouncer. Hopefully that can go straight on without compressing the spring. There you go. That's got to be nipped up. There we go. Right, that can be pushed up to you now through the car.
There you go.
You'll want that at the top.
That's it.
Right, so that's that on there. Clip the brake cable back into the hole.
There we go, all fully fitted back in. So now we can just finally nip this up. So that's fully done up now. Don't forget, put your cap back on. We're going to do the other side off camera. He's behind us filming on his video, but you'll see us in a minute when we're doing the back ones. So I'm just going to do that one and then we'll come back to you. Right, it's the next day now, so we're on with the backs, and you really do need, if you're doing this at home without a lift, you do really want to get yourself one of these high lift trolley jacks. There'll be a link in the description down below for this, and you've also got the tall axle stands, again linked in the description down below. So this is what we're going to be doing. We've already done the far side, so we've just thought we'd bring you in to show you how we do this side. Right, so what you want to do, obviously get your wheel off, and then you want to undo your bottom mount for your rear shock there, and that is an E22. So we'll just get that on and crack it. Just down there, look, that's all you need to release is that bolt there. So just remember, get your breaker bar on that. Makes life a lot easier.
Yeah, and get the old boy to do it.
Yeah.
There we go, just loose it, just crack it, one more. There we go, it's cracked now, you can get the wrench on it.
Right, and that's that free now. So we're just going to lower the jack down now to let the tension off of that rear beam.
Yeah, all the way. Right, a breaker bar in the hole underneath there. And you can just pull that down, or you can push your foot down on it and it should drop out the spring. There we go. There we go. Just lift it out. It's on rubber bungs either side. The bottom one normally pops out, but the top one you've got to get out of the top of the spring. The easy way to pop that spring out of there, you can lever them, but these rubbers can be a bit fragile, you see, if you ain't got new ones to go on. Just get your breaker bar in there. You should be able to just push them out. Got it? There we go. And these are a shorter spring, the old ones that were coming out, as you can see, but they're a harder spring, so these are a softer spring. And again, they're going the same way, the writing up that way, so the writing's upright. Put your bung back in the top, push it right home. There we go, just popped in. And although you can lever this spring down with a breaker bar underneath, it's better if you get someone else at the top. You can just push it down manually on the brake caliper. Put that in there. Let's get it around the right way so we get the right place in there. And then back up again. And there you go. It's that simple with two people. Otherwise you're messing about trying to lever that down. So just get someone to put your foot on there while you're doing that.
I'll just take that back up.
So then you can either lift the breaker bar up, or if you've got one of these high lift trolley jacks, just put that under the suspension arm. Compress the spring so you can get your bolt back through. mate.
Check. Select what not. That's it.
Now tighten up again with a breaker bar.
Yeah.
1. 2. 1 more. Final 1. There we go.
So it's just a matter of putting the wheels back on now, isn't it?
Yep.
And we'll nip them up once it's back on the ground. Job's a good one. Right, we're just going to whip this tow bar off, and then once we've whipped that off, we'll come back to you and show you how the car's sitting. See you in a minute. Right then, so it's back on the floor now. We've torqued all the wheels up to a spec where they should be. And if you want to come over and have a look at this. So as you can see, this is a 35mm drop on the back here. I think they was original ones on the back. The front had apex lowering springs, but as you can see, that's for level finger. That's just a 1 finger gap there now. So let's go take a look at my mum's one and see what gap difference we got. Again, this is on standard springs like my one was. So yeah, that's your 1 finger, look.
There you go.
That's your gap. And I can get 2 straight, so it's a finger length.
Finger length?
And
So that's the start of a standard one. And that's the start of a lowered one.
right then, so we're 35mm dropped all round on the H&R lowering springs. And don't forget, any modification, tell your insurance company.
Have you told yours?
It was already told because it had lowering ones on the front, so they already know about the springs.
Happy days.
I think it's time you got the kettle on.
Always get one of them with you.
So remember, link for the jack and the axle stands will be in the description down below. Take a look at them, then we'll leave it here for this one. Till next time.